Most traders drown in charts and still miss the real levels. Get clear daily roadmaps for the S&P 500 futures. Levels, setups, and strategies that matter. Delivered straight to your inbox pre-market every morning. Subscribe now on Substack. Conquer the markets.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Post-Market Breakdown. I am your host, Ryan Bailey, and it was another glorious day in trade plan land. So as usual, for those of you who are just joining me for the first time, thank you so much. We've had a great response and I really appreciate it. And if you guys are unaware right now, please obviously follow me on Twitter and follow me on Substack and also on YouTube. This stream is streamed live on X and Substack and YouTube. So kind of cool. Put a lot of videos out over there, and I try to stay pretty current on Twitter as well as what's going on throughout the day. So definitely make that happen. All right. So, today was an awesome day. Again, we've had some pretty incredible days lately, and I'm here to toot my horn a little bit because I think we have every right. Everybody in the room has made out really well lately. And I know a lot of people on Substack have sent me a lot of good thank yous. And so I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for acknowledging my work. I really appreciate it. And let's get into it. So now that everybody's followed along, the trade plan's been epic. So, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there, okay? On Friday, we had the low in the trade plan, 66.60. This was a banger. She produced over 100 points. It was amazing. But it wasn't just 100 points. We're still going off of this level, like literally 200 plus points later, which is just an absolutely incredible move off of this level. Monday, we also had it too. We had in the plan that we would go ahead and get into 01 and reclaim 05. And we did. And we had the massive push up that led us up for 50 more points. So that was Friday. And then we got Monday. But what about Tuesday? What about today? Well, man, today was rocking. So here's what we got for today. And I'm pretty proud of this because it worked out so beautiful. This was actually the very first spot in the trade plan today. So we had the key support zones here, 68.29 through 32. This is a 1 hour level at 29, 4 hour 32. We had yesterday's point of control here and weekly VWAP as well. So this area was super duper stacked. And our actionable setup was if this holds and plays, we need to look for acceptance above 36, which was right here, for continuation higher. And why 36? Well, this was the 1 hour that smacked on Monday and took us down for our buy above 05. So after we come back to it, it was obviously very important. We played 36. It popped us all the way to 51 or 52 and fell down. So we knew that this was a very important spot. And again, it obviously made it the overnight low. So a hold of this area, which had all this significant goodness here. I mean, yesterday's point of control, weekly VWAP, 1 hour, 4 hour. I mean, this is just, for me, this was an OG setup. We were looking for a continuation higher above the overnight lows, and we got it. We actually took them up to 50 was our first target, 55 second, Then we had 60 up here, 61, and we ended up going all the way to final targets up to 72. I had some guys who were able to hold it all the way up in here, which was super duper impressive. Once again, Zug, actually. So he's turned into a freaking monster, and which is great. I mean, these were all the resistance areas that were in the trade plan. Let's just bring it down and show you what's up. There you go. So check this out. So we had 55, obviously one of our big pivots. 72, here you go. And I think we talked about 61 in the room. So one of the benefits of being in there for sure. But, you know, these areas here, guys, these have just been so amazing. So we have basically had every single call and every single pullback so far since the inception of this move 200 points ago. I think this is something to be extremely proud of. And I'm really happy for the subscribers in the room. We've had a lot of new people join the Discord room too as well, which is awesome. So if any of you guys are current subscribers and you want to get some intraday action and talk with some guys that are trading full time, let me know, shoot me a DM, whatever. We're having a good time. This is the kind of the stuff that I point out in there. This was pretty cool. So we knew that we were riding a weekly VWAP, or we were coming into one. It's just a really nice picture. This is essentially a VWAP chart. We came down and laid into this pink line here, which was the weekly VWAP. This was also our value area low. High for the previous over here. And so, you know, this was really nice coming into this here. So this was good, value area low and value area highs. And we kind of went from one to the other extreme today. And that was after playing last week's VWAP on, let's see, what was that? That was yesterday. That was yesterday. So just a really nice chart to see how we were gracefully moving up. And this really gave us a lot of reason to believe that this was going to play out super nice. So very, very happy about that. And yeah, so, I mean, really there's, you know, just pulling up my chart here. Here's the time frame that I look at the most. And when you pull this up like this, you'll be able to kind of get an idea of what I was saying here. You know, this is a beautiful support area that we were able to catch and just rolled really nicely. Now, the really important part is what happens now? Well, we're in a very critical spot. And, you know, right now you cannot defy or, you know, deny the bullishness of this market. I mean, we are clearly moving up again, still. You know, it never stops. This thing is designed to do this. But, you know, we should also not be careless. However, this is one of the most bullish seasons of the month, or of the year, excuse me. You know, we're coming into the end of the year. Profits are generally better. We're going to have a Santa Claus rally. People want to finish the year strong. So I'm just pointing this out. We have a very large level here at 83. This is a weekly for me. And we didn't lose on the weekly time frame, guys. I think we could go higher, but I also just want to be on the cautious side. We have a lot of support to buy, okay? But, you know, this is a pivotal area where, you know, if we move up above this area, we could really go, okay? One of the biggest things that was a catalyst for the trade today, which I forgot to point out, that was in the analysis as well, and this is going to become important, which is what made me think of it. This right here, this is the analysis for this morning. This was another reason why we were leaning bullish. We had a daily pivot at 1801 as our above below level. That's this level right here. As you can see, we've touched it twice, back tested it, and continued to fall. It's bullish for ES if VIX stays below 1801. It'll be a tailwind for ES. So the real chore here is staying below 1735 monthly. If they push below the 1735 monthly, which they tried to do today, let me see where they ended up at. They ended up at 1728. This is going to be a very large area for us to monitor. Now, we should continue lower right now, but every time we start to get a little low, I get, you know, a little funny feeling. And so I'm just want to remain on the cautious side here. Right now, we are progressing down and we're continuing to lose support, but I'll be watching for above or below the 1735, as it's been very important for us, you know, for some time. Okay. And, you know, so besides that, I guess what I was getting at is this was one of the lead indications for our long, and this is also what I'm going to be monitoring for a potential pullback. Now, I'm not sure that that's going to happen because we have some really nice areas to buy. But I will say one thing really comes down to one special spot, and that's a daily that we've talked about this morning in the trade plan. For those of you guys who have read it, you guys know what level that is. It's the daily at 68.2225. It is so very important. And so let me find my pin here. My pen's always, let's see, it's not going to let me draw on here again. Unbelievable. Let me reset this thing because there is something I want to show you guys here. It's super important, and it kind of makes or breaks this whole, I don't want to say the whole rally, but this essential progression up is just really important here. So we played this 32. I really wanted to see 22 get played in 19, okay? And it is still possible. So I don't want to pretend like it's not possible, okay? But realistically right now, we came down and we played this 4 hour. And let me show you just how beautiful it was. Let me hide this in there. I didn't take a picture of it before this stream, but this was the 4 hour right here at 32. We popped up, we pulled back into it, we held perfect, and we jetted up again. And so this was just a gorgeous level, okay? And I think that was awesome. But this right here, this 4 hour at 1868, 1975, it's going to be a big deal, okay? So pay attention to this level. But we now, since we closed the 4 hour so high, we have this area right here that I would love to buy. 61, not so much. It might play, but this would be a great spot for a pullback. 55 to 50. We have some reasons to believe that it can come all the way as low as 59. We have this funky spot down here, this 41, that looks okay. I'm a little undecided about it. I mean, everything about this is fine, but I don't know. I just didn't like the way the candle closed. So what I'm saying is if this area, this 32 doesn't hold, really it comes down to this 50 spot. But this 22 to 19 would be great. I really would love to see something like this, and then kind of go up. But who knows? All I know is this is a giant spot. We have a lot of calls up here, call walls, and a lot of selling. People are, really hedging against this area. We also have the previous weekly value area high up here. This is a big deal. I mean, look at this. This was last week's volume profile, and we've already come all the way back up. And what is today? Isn't today Tuesday? I think today's Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is. Let me see. It all runs together. It's Tuesday. So we've already traversed an entire week's value, like all last week in 2 days. Okay. So we're all the way back up here. So there's a lot of reasons to believe that they could pull back, but just because this is a little rapid. The other thing that I'm noticing right here as well is even though we've kind of hit our head here, we still have a pretty inefficient high on this. So I do truly believe this can go higher. All things point to that. But we rushed up here pretty quick. And I'm not saying that we can't just pull back and go, because this would be the most likely scenario. I'm just kind of letting you guys know that this is down here, and it's something that you certainly need to pay attention to. Okay. So I hope that kind of helps everybody out. It's a big deal. And we've had every freaking move this week. And I'm real proud of it. And I'll tell you this, I like doing these after hours things. I love doing the trade plans. Number one, I love doing the trade plans because it keeps me sharp. It keeps me super sharp. So, so it's interesting. I actually stopped doing the trade plans for a little bit, took a little break, and I found that, really I didn't perform as well. Going into every day with a plan really helped me not FOMO, stick to the structure, and understand exactly what the market is doing every day. I mean, this was something that I had been doing for years, and I guess I got complacent about it. And this was last year or something. And I stopped doing it. And no, it was earlier this year, excuse me. And, I noticed my performance suffered. Like I'd have times where I'd be like, oh, I'm not really sure. Listen, I'm always pretty sure. Right. And so this is what I'm saying for you guys too, is these trade plans are super key, but you guys keep me doing this. I realize that this is something that I need to stay on point and to stay structurally sound. And so, I just wanted to let you know, I do enjoy doing these trade plans for you guys. I'm kind of doing it for myself as well. And, ultimately sharing it with you guys, but it keeps me on point. And I like these sessions that we're doing now, as this is great stuff. I mean, it keeps me laser focused. Now I don't need to look at my charts, so much later and just kind of come and see what's happening, but it just affirms essentially what my bias is and how I look at the markets as I try to lay it out for you guys. It just makes it a little bit more clear. So with that being said, I showed you both of the spots that, I would love to buy. And really everything kind of goes south underneath this 23. I'll pull this over for you. We looked at this a few times. This is my daily. And 23 is great if we sweep this low and get in here. But guys, this is a monster spot. Now, granted, this is the leg end. I think we're going to make new all-time highs. I really do. I thought that as soon as we hit this, and then we didn't lose on this daily, I thought, okay, here come all-time highs. But this is the spot. So we just have to be careful. And if they pop over it, we're great. As soon as they get over 83, we're pretty much, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but it's a solid close up there would certainly look extra special. I mean, just this big close above 72, and we've now closed daily strong above the support that we lost on the way down. So, I mean, yeah, this looks pretty good. Just leave it at that. But here's the other thing that I'm eyeing. Okay, now we've talked about this a few times. I've brought this up, I don't know, almost every day, every other day here lately. It's Bitcoin again. So you guys know we talked about this on just yesterday, I think. I bought this. I tweeted it. I bought like 101,300 or something like that. 101,700. I don't remember, some shit. So, you know, I wanted to get it to 108, 250, and kind of see what happens from there. When I woke up, we were already back down to 105. We had pushed up and came all the way back down. Now, this is the daily leg up. My only issue with that is we didn't gain. Okay, so I'm not so certain this is going to hold, but if it does, we'll go up to 114 more than likely, or at least test our 108.50. That'll be the real test and see what happens. But if this doesn't hold, it's got an issue. And I've just talked about how I feel like this is the lead. So if Bitcoin takes a dump, you know, it won't leave me feeling all warm and fuzzy for ES. And again, I hate to do the correlation like that, but it's true. So it doesn't mean I'm going to trade ES any differently. We're long until proven otherwise. But, you know, this is just one of those things that I, you know, always have in the back of my eye. And it's kind of the same thing as VIX. You know, I know we're coming down in VIX. There's no question about it. Being underneath the 1735 is huge. You know, more than likely, this is going to be one of the catalysts that sends us to all-time highs, especially once we break 1692. It's just going to waterfall. Look at that. There's nothing in here. So, you know, I'm just keeping an eye on things. That's all I'm saying. And this is one of those areas that I hope it holds here, because it would give me some confidence that we might have some more strength coming. You know, whatever. So, and I'm highly invested in Bitcoin, so shit, I'm going to have to work out. You know what I mean? But so that's it. That's what I got for today, guys. So that's what I got for today. I haven't been looking at any stocks or anything lately, but I'm more than happy to. I'll take a look around some rooms, see what I can come up with tomorrow, and go from there. So hope you guys are enjoying the trade plans. If you are not signed up currently, check either this post or the tweet that I put in Substack or Twitter. There is a link in there. You throw your email in there, get you signed up. Just takes 2 seconds. You put your email in there and I'll give you 30 days free. If you like it, you stay on. If not, it's fine too. I guarantee you'll make some money in the first 30 days. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, and thank you for the wonderful messages again and the fantastic response. So thank you guys all so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel, and for trade plan holders, 8:30 in the morning. Ciao.